So, good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning drop-in meditation, coming to you from Vajrayana Institute in Sydney. So, I trust everybody is safe and well. And as usual, we will begin with some meditation just to calm the body, let go of any tension, and relax the mind at the same time. Mind and body are very closely connected. So just make sure that your spine is straight, but not tense, not tight. We don't want any tension in the body. If you're sitting on a chair, make sure your feet are flat on the ground. And it doesn't matter whether you're sitting on a chair or on a cushion on the floor. Both are totally acceptable. The important thing is to be comfortable and to be in a position where you can sit still. So bring your awareness to the top of the head. And as we do the body scan, we're checking for any areas of tension. And if we find tension, with each out breath, we imagine that that tension leaves the body and simply dissolves into space. So moving from the top of the head, down over the forehead, be aware of your temples, coming down to the eyebrows, relaxing all those little muscles around the eyes, breathing normally and naturally, softening the eyes, very soft gaze, as if you're daydreaming. Moving down over the face, over the cheekbones, relaxing the muscles around the mouth, relaxing your jaws. Just feel the whole face soft, relaxed, and peaceful. No tension anywhere. Gently rest the tongue behind the top teeth. Move the awareness back to the top of the head and travel down the back of the head, the base of the skull, the neck. Be aware of any tension in the neck and release with the out-breath. Coming to the shoulders, relaxing. As usual, we'll lift our shoulders up and drop them 3 times to help let go of tightness in the shoulders. Be aware of your shoulder blades. And by having your shoulders slightly back, you open up your chest. Let's travel down the backbone, down the spine, from the base of the skull, all the way down. Be aware of the contact between your buttocks and the chair or the cushion. Feel the strength of the backbone. Just breathe normally and naturally. And gently release any tension, any tightness. Move to the front of the body, the upper chest, diaphragm, the belly. Relaxing more and more with each out-breath. Be aware of the contrast between the spine, very strong, and the softness of the front of the body, spacious, relaxed. No tension anywhere. Come back to the tops of the shoulders and just check again. Notice if your shoulders have crept up a little bit. That's usually a sign that we're tensing up. So gently lower them. And let's move down from the tops of the shoulders to the elbows. Elbows to wrists, palms of the hands, backs of the hands, all the way to the fingertips, relaxed. Still, calm. At peace. Now focusing on the hip joint, let's move down through the thighs to the knees, down through the calves to the ankles, the heels, soles of the feet, tops of the feet, and toes. I'll take a few moments to be aware of the whole body, from the tips of your toes to the very top of your head. Be present in your body. Feel your feet flat on the floor, or if you're sitting cross-legged, be aware of the contact with the cushion, with your legs with the floor. Feel the stability, the stillness. Enjoy the body relaxed and at ease. Sensation of peace, serenity, and stillness. Breathing naturally, completely relaxed and stable. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just be here now. And before we move on to the breathing meditation, we're going to take a few moments to set a very, very positive motivation for being here this morning. Via the magic of the internet, let's open our hearts and generate a very sincere wish that whatever benefit we get from this morning's session, it may flow onto all the living beings that we come into contact with. So as you all know, with the breathing meditation, we have the very simple but not necessarily easy task of, bringing the awareness to the breath and keeping the awareness with the breath, noticing whenever the mind wanders, and when it does, without any judgment or criticism, bringing the mind back again and again to the breath. So just a quick check of your posture, spine nice and straight but not rigid, tongue resting behind the top teeth. Have your mouth closed or very slightly open. You can be sitting cross-legged or on a chair. Your hands should rest in your lap, right on top of the left, with thumbs slightly touching, or alternatively, you can rest your hands palm down on your knees, whatever is comfortable for you. And ideally, we should tuck our chin in just a little bit so that our gaze falls to the floor in front of us. Very soft gaze with eyes slightly open, if possible, letting some light in to counter the tendency to go to sleep, which arises when we shut our eyes. So just carefully checking before we move into the breathing meditation, the R, S, V, and P, that we're relaxed, that we're still, and we're vigilant. That means we're ready to practice. Let's bring the awareness to the breath. Remember to stay vigilant and bring the awareness back every time it wanders. But don't bring tension into your vigilance, more of brightness, alertness, relaxed, still, and vigilant. That's how you practice. RSVP. Whatever comes up, don't allow it to distract you, and return to the breath. Sure, as everyone knows, focusing on the breath entering and leaving the nostrils, or the rise and the fall of the abdomen with each inhalation and exhalation. Stay present with the breath. Have a little stretch. Have a sip of your drink. Mine is here somewhere. So now we're going to move on to another meditation, which is one of my favourite. It's called Breathing with All Beings. So once again, make sure you're comfortable, relaxed, no tension. Spine nice and straight, but not tight. Body relaxed and still. And as you breathe naturally, bring your awareness to the flow of sensations and the rhythms of your breathing. Notice how each breath, when you attend to it properly, reveals itself as a teacher of change and impermanence, freedom, flow, and the interconnectedness of all beings and all creation. Notice how, with each exhalation, you release and offer a part of yourself to the world. And how, with each inhalation, you are presented with a gift so precious that it sustains your very life. When the time comes that you breathe out and you don't breathe in again, this life will end. Cherish every breath as precious and know each is worthy of your attention. As you breathe, sense that you are breathing with all those beings that are around you. Even though we're not so close these days. Contemplate that you're breathing with your loved ones and with your friends. You're breathing with the strangers passing by. Breathing with your co-workers and colleagues. Breathing with all the creatures near and far. And with the plants and trees around you that transform the carbon dioxide that you exhale into their own bodies and offer life-giving oxygen in return. Riding the ever-changing waves of your breath, imagine all beings within the atmospheric envelope of our precious planet. That's a lot of beings. All beings within the atmospheric envelope of our precious planet. With each breath, each being weaves itself into the fabric of life and affirms its kinship with all living beings. Breathing together with all beings, offer each breath as a wave of blessings. Contemplate how, miraculously, the atmosphere of the planet contains approximately the same volume of air as the number of breaths that have ever been breathed. And within each breath are approximately the same number of atoms of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and other molecules as there are the number of breaths in the atmosphere. Thus, in a sense, with each breath, you breathe in billions of molecules of air, plus the inspiration of all beings who have ever breathed upon this earth. Imagine 22,000 breaths a day for a lifetime. Perhaps 720 billion breaths in a very real sense. With each breath, you receive into yourself some of the same air that was breathed by every great being who has ever walked upon this earth. So that you breathe with Jesus and Mary. You breathe with the Buddha. You breathe with Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Ishmael, with Muhammad and Joan of Arc, and Milarepa and King Ashoka. You breathe with His Holiness the Dalai Lama and His Holiness Karmapa. You breathe with Plato and Newton and Einstein. With Ben Franklin and Black Elk, with Confucius and Lao Tzu and Rumi and St. Francis, and so on. With Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Dorothy Day, Emma Goldman, and Leonard Pelletier. You breathe with your great-great-grandparents and with infinite ancestors, reaching back into the depths of time. And you send your breath on to be a source of inspiration for your great-great-grandchildren and generations to come. Sensing the presence of these and countless inspiring beings of the past and the present, and even those to come. Rest in the flow of this exquisite contemplation. Allow yourself to become even more attentive now to the flow of your breath, to the natural receiving and radiating pulse of each precious breath. Mindful of yourself breathing with all beings, consider the possibility that with each breath you can draw the inspiration that you most need in this moment and in this situation, or in any moment and any situation. Imagine that the intentions you hold in mind, the prayers, the yearnings of your heart, and the challenges of the situations you are facing all blend to tune your consciousness and your energy system to resonate with the frequencies and inspirations that are most in tune with your needs in that moment. Whatever you need, peace, clarity, strength, courage, hope. Imagine that as you breathe, you can be inspired by those qualities. So it's like when you drop a stone in a pool and the ripples go out to the very edge of that space and then ripple back again to the center where the original impulse began, in a way that completes and fulfills the initial impulse. As you inhale, pause to sense and envision the billions of atoms of air soaking into your bloodstream and being carried to nourish, energize, and truly bless every cell and fiber of your body. As you exhale, pause to envision that through the power of your prayerful intent and imagination, you imbue the energy bundles of each atom and molecule of air with the signature frequencies that carry your unique blessings. Imagine the offering of your breath turning the trees greener, sweetening their fruit, and bringing joy to everyone who is touched by your offerings. Envision that each breath is offered as a blessing to the countless beings who will have the good fortune to breathe with you in the moments and ages to come upon this vast and precious world. Let yourself become a great cosmic air purifier, purifying any negative energies held in the air you breathe, and offering a bundle of blessings to all beings with each exhalation. So let's just contemplate that with our breathing for a few moments. So later, as you rise from this meditation and move on to other activities, allow the ever-flowing waves of breath to remind you of this contemplation and invite you to continue to breathe with and for all beings, receiving and radiating with each breath. I find this a very beautiful meditation. We're always breathing, so we can bring these wonderful thoughts and aspirations to our breath. And I trust you all stay safe and well and happy. And hi, Sonia. I'm glad you've been tuning in, and hope you've been getting some benefit from the drop-in classes. I noticed myself, by the way, that there can be a little bit of confusion when you go onto the website, because if you look on events, the live stream events will not come up. So just be aware of that difference. And in order to know what is on the live stream, go to that section on the website. So I think we are opening again on the 2nd of August, off the top of my head, but please check the website. And thank you for joining me, and stay safe, stay well, and hopefully we'll see you here some of you here at the centre before too long. Enjoy the rest of your day. May all beings be well and happy. Thank you again.